from
Folder view.
Indianapolis
Recycle bin 1 of
to
21. Restream chat
KDFW.
18 of 21.
Go Texas.
Restream chat row 1 column 1. Restream chat header clickable. Type a message. Edit blank.
In the beechcraft.
Clickable. Disable button. Enable. Clickable menu button opens. Observe Microsoft Flight Simulator. Microsoft.
Hopefully AI will taxi the way it's supposed
Folder
to.
view list. Talking flight monitor 11 of 21.
Alright, OTFM. Just because it helps a little bit.
Microsoft Flight Microsoft.
Well.
Folder view list. Talking flight monitor. Page. Widget start search task view. Copy but taskbar over. Show hidden icons but. Talking flight monitor button 1 of 5. Unknown. TFM restart about. Restart.
TFM is restarting.
Restart.
TFM is shutting down.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
And we'll be on our way.
FSUI PC 7 button 1 of 4. Loading airport database. Number 1 generator active. Number 2 generator trim up 2.00. Trim up 2.00. Trim up. Trim up 3. Trim disabled. 300. Plainfield, Indiana, United States. 4.8 nautical mile.
Indianapolis. Hopefully this will taxi the way it's supposed to.
Battery master active. Number 1 starter engaged. Number 1 ignition on. Avionics master active. Number 1 starter off. Number 2 starter engaged. Number 2 ignition on. Number 2 starter off. 0 knots ground speed. Zero knots ground speed.
Might have jumped to the runway to get it to take off.
0 knots ground speed. Restops, jump the restops, jump the runway column 4, runway, airport code edit blank. 6 runways lift 05R in use, no, heading through 4, talking flight monitor. Altimeter 1031.
It's going to sit here, ain't it?
0 knots ground speed. Talking flight monitor. Microsoft Flight Sim. Microsoft Flight. Restream chat row. Microsoft Flight Sim. Microsoft. 0 knots ground speed.
Okay, let's just do this. I don't know why it's...
Flaps 10. 0 knots ground speed. Nine knots ground speed. 15 knots ground speed.
21 knots.
Ground speed.
31 knots. 42 knots. 50 knots. 56 knots. 61 knots. 61 knots. 57 knots. 50 knots.
Ops, Microsoft Restream.
39 knots.
Microsoft Restream chat column 2 ops 30 point Microsoft
25 knots.
Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.7 knots. Jump the runway airport code edit. 6 run 14 the news no 005L. Microsoft Flight Sim.
Okay.
Pause.
Options menu. Page 1 of 1. Pop-up window.
Let's just
Pause.
do this. Won't take but a second, you guys.
Next waypoint dot distance. Avionics master off. Park and brake off.
We got this.
Welcome menu. Page 1 of 3. Social panel. Button. Notifications. World map. World map screen. Aircraft selection. Welcome. Button. Select departure. Combo. Search res. Kind/Indianapolis. Select depart. Kind. Switch depart. Select arrival. Combo. Search result. KDFW/. Select arrival.
Pause.
Drop down
Unpaused.
list.
Avionics master active. Park and brake on.
Alright, we'll do it this way because it wasn't going to
Next
taxi.
waypoint.
For
KDFW.
some
Distance
reason.
661 nautical miles. Bearing 200.
Don't know why, but
Squawk 00. Auto rudder active. Squawk 12. 0 knots indicated.
Loading, please wait.
being silly.
65%.
Next waypoint. Dot distance 0 nautical miles. Bearing 0 degree.
It's okay.
Loading, please wait. 80%.
Unpaused. Park and brake off. Gear down. Altimeter N31. 30.44
Train,
inches.
please
Dot.
wait.
Altimeter N13.
80%.
29.92 inches. Dot. Park and brake off.
Here we go.
Next waypoint. KDFW. Distance.
35 knots. 61 knots. 82 knots. 101 knots. NAV1 has localizer. Localizer is alive. Runway heading 144. Airborne. 116 knots.
Gear up. Dot. 623. 650 feet ASL. Flaps 0.
Alright, we are
American 2627 Heavy number 2 for landing. Follow
climbing.
the aircraft.
10:46 p.m. 845 feet. 167 knots indicated.
Clear to land runway 23 left.
NAV1 has localizer.
Indy Tower
Localizer
Freedom
is
Global
alive.
9 Delta Whiskey. Continue
Runway
for
heading
west departure.
144.
Clear to land runway 23 left number 2 American 2627
And
Heavy.
there we go. We're on our way. Hope everybody's having a good day today.
Indy Tower American 668 Heavy 11 miles northeast inbound ILS runway 23 right approach. Freedom Global 9 Delta Whiskey leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
On our way to
American 668
KDFW.
Heavy Indy Tower. Altimeter tree 0.44 with 255 at 5. Cleared ILS runway 23 right approach.
Indy Tower Freedom Global 9 Delta Whiskey frequency change.
Com 1.
Indy approach Freedom
119.05.
Global 9 Delta Whiskey is type Beechcraft B 58.5 miles southwest of Indianapolis 900 feet. Request flight following.
Freedom Global 9 Delta Whiskey Indy approach. Squawk 4242.
Squawk 4242 Freedom Global 9 Delta Whiskey.
Squawk 4242.
Freedom Global 9 Delta Whiskey radar contact 5 miles north of Kilo November Oscar Echo 1,400 feet. Altimeter tree 0.44.
Roger Freedom Global 9 Delta Whiskey.
We are on our way.
1,000 feet. .172 knots indic. Time en route to destination 3 hours 43 minutes 8 seconds. Cloverdale, Indiana, United States. 7.3 nautical miles, 273 degrees. Cloverdale, Indiana, 173 knots indicated. 1104 feet ASL. 1105 feet ASL. 33 feet per minute. AP altitude 0 feet. Set autopilot altitude. Enter altitude. Edit selected 0. Select. Altitude checked. OK pressed. Altitude. Micros. 0 knots. 0 knots. AP altitude. Hold 1,000 feet. Set autopilot altitude. Enter a selection. Altitude. Not checked. OK pressed. Microsoft. AP altitude. 2,000 feet. Set autopilot altitude. At selection. Altitude. OK pressed. AP altitude. 3,000 feet. Autopilot master active. Ten feet per minute. 10 feet per minute. 1139 feet ASL. 26 feet per minute. 13 feet per minute. 3 feet per minute. 1141 feet. 16 feet per minute. 23 feet per minute. 10 feet per minute. AP altitude 3,000 feet. 173 knots indicated. 0 knots. No recent message. AP altitude 0 knots. AP altitude 3,1147 feet. 10 feet per minute. Trim enabled. Ten feet per minute. 10 feet per minute. 175 knots through. 1158 feet AS. 20 feet per minute. 13 feet per minute. AP altitude 2800 feet. AP altitude 2700 feet. AP altitude 28. AP altitude 3000 feet. 10 feet per minute. Thirteen feet per minute. 13 feet per minute. 3 feet per minute. 0 feet per minute. 0 feet per minute. 1166 feet ASL. 10 feet per minute. Zero feet per minute.
Global 9 Delta Whiskey contact Holland. Approach on 134.72. Good day.
7 feet per minute. 7 feet per minute.
134.72 Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey. Goodbye.
7 feet per minute.
Common approach Freedom Global 9er Delta.
134.72. Paused.
Options menu. Page 1 of 1. Press ESC to resume. Press space to load / save. Press home to restart. Press end to main menu.
Whiskey
Unpaused.
1,200 feet.
1171 feet ASF. 26 feet per minute.
Freedom Global
26 feet per
9
minute.
Delta Whiskey Holman. Approach
7 feet per minute.
30 decimal for full radar contact. Continue.
Autopilot master off. Trim up 0.10. Trim up. Trim up. Read. Trim disabled. 23 feet per minute. 1177. 13 feet per minute. 30 feet per minute. 43 feet per minute. 16 feet per minute. AP altitude 3000 feet. 33 feet per minute. 20 feet per minute. $1185 feet ASL. 172 knots indicated. $172 knots indicated. 36 feet per minute. $1225 feet ASL. 16 feet per minute. 20 feet per minute. 26 feet per minute. Set throttle percent, mid 0, max 100, enter throttle, edit selected 67.980957, selection removed. OK button pressed. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.3. Set throttle percent, mid 0, max 100, enter throttle, edit selected 68.2. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Autopilot master active. Set throttle first, selection removed. OK button pressed. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2.0, 89 feet per minute. 118 feet per minute. No recent message. 217 feet per Set throttle percent, mid 0, max 100, enter throttle, edit selected 100. Microsoft Flight Sim, 207, 1285 feet ASL, 1291 feet ASL, 1303 feet ASL, 246 feet per minute. Time en route to destination, 3 hours 14. Spencer, Indiana, United States, 8.4 nautical miles, 122 degrees. 1372 feet AS, 240 feet per minute. $269 feet per minute. Gear down, dot. Gear in motion, dot. Gear up, dot. Pivot key on. Navigation off. Beacon. Navigation on. Beacon on. Landing on. Altimeter 1031.
Minimize UI panel. Expand UI panel. Button.
2105 feet ASL. 226 feet per minute. 223 feet per minute. Time en route to destination 3 hours 10 minutes 41 seconds. Set throttle percent, min 0, max 100, enter throttle, edit selected 100. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2, total fuel 520, left main 47%, right main 47%, 263 pounds, 44 gallons. Pivot key off. Pivot key on.
Minimize UI panel. Expand UI panel. Button.
2350 feet ASL. 207 feet per minute. Altimeter 1031. 3.44
UI panel. Expand UI panel. Button.
2450 feet. 230 feet per minute. Autopilot master off. Minus 20 feet per minute. 2469 feet ASL. Minus 85 feet. 2464 feet ASL. Number 1 ignition off. Number 2 ignition off. Number 1 fuel valve closed. Minus 1165 feet per minute. Minus 1530. Number 1 ignition on. Number 1 fuel valve open. Number 2. Minus 2064 feet per minute. Minus 1770. Minus 1460 feet per minute. Minus 663 feet per minute.
Got a quick recovery.
Minimize UI panel. Expand UI panel.
Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey contact. Holman approach on 125.45.
Middlebury, Indiana, United States. 0.7 nautical miles. 23 degrees.
Going to 125.45 Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey.
Microsoft Flight Simulator
Holman approach Freedom
1.38.2.0.
Global
On
9er
1.
Delta Whiskey
125.45.
2,100 feet.
Freedom
Scroll
Global
on.
9er Delta Whiskey Holman approach altimeter 30.44 radar contact to continue.
Holman. Freedom Global 9 DW Holman approach altimeter 30.44 rate.
Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey
Holman. Freedom
contact
Global 9.
Holman approach on
Holman. Freedom Global 9 DW contact Holman approach on 135.35. Good day. U.
135.35
U.
Freedom Global 9er
135.35
Delta
Freedom
Whiskey.
Global 9. U.
Goodbye.
135.35 Freedom
On 1.
1.
Holman approach
Contact
Freedom
Holman
Global
approach.
9er Delta Whiskey
U.
2,100
Holman approach Freedom
feet.
Global 9 DW 2,100 feet.
Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey Holman approach altimeter 30.44 radar contact continue.
Holman. Freedom Global 9 D. 2. Nearest airport list. 1. Cancel flight follow. 2. Nearest airport list. 8. Aeroplanes. 3. Ellis fly in. 06 in. Button. 1. Shakamak. In. 3. Ellis fly in. 4. Turner Farms. 3 Q.
On 1.
Holman. Freedom Global 9
122.90.
DW. U. Holman approach Freedom Global. Holman. Freedom Global 9 DW Holman approach altitude. 2. Back. 2. Back. 1. Select a runway for landing. Button. 1. Select a runway for landing. 2. Runway 28. Button. 3. Back. Button. 3. Back. 2. Runway 28. Button. 7.
Tree India
Announce go
November,
around.
Tree Traffic
Button.
Freedom Global 9er Delta Whiskey 10 miles south 2,200 feet inbound to land runway 28.
8. Select a runway. 2. Announce on final.
Flaps 10.
Button. 1. Announce position. Button.
Tree India November, Tree Traffic Freedom Global
we're gonna
9er
land
Delta
here.
Whiskey 11 miles south 2,200 feet inbound to land runway 28.
1. Announce position. Button.
It's just flying too low.
Scroll lock off. Time en route to destination, 5 hours. 96 knots indicated. Minus 72 feet per minute. 2004 feet ASL. Jasonville, Indiana, United States, 3.6 nautical miles, 160 degrees. Minus 62 feet per minute. Fuel flow, pounds per hour. Fuel flow, pound. Mach 0.15. Spoilers retracted. Autopilot master off. Minus 499 feet per minute. Minus 240. 1930 feet ASL. Dot. Num lock on. 2. Num lock off. Dot. 2. Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.38.2. Num lock on. $18.60 minus 62 feet per minute. Scroll lock on.
1. 2. Announce on final. Button. 1. Announce position. Button.
Tree India November, Tree Traffic Freedom Global, Niner, Delta Whiskey 7 miles, south 1,800 feet, inbound to land runway 28.
1. Announce position. Button.
Tree India November, Tree Traffic Freedom Global, Niner, Delta Whiskey 6 miles, south
Minus
1,800 feet,
1805
inbound to
ASL.
land runway 28.
1. Announce position. Button. Five. Announce downwind leg. Button.
Tree India November, Tree Traffic Freedom Global, Niner, Delta Whiskey is on downwind runway 28.
5. 7. Announce go around. 8. Select a runway for landing. 8. Select a runway for 7. Announce go around. 6. Announce base leg. Button. 4. Announce crosswind leg. 1. Announce position. Button.
Tree India November, Tree Traffic Freedom Global, Niner, Delta Whiskey 5 miles, south 1,800 feet, inbound to land runway 28.
1. Announce position. Button.
Minus 52 feet per minute. 1750 feet ASL. $17.27 minus 33 feet per minute.
And just so you guys know, hopefully tomorrow we'll get the PMDG out. I'm waiting on a key to be sent back to me because it was on my old computer that I don't have access to no more. Oh, I gotta send him a
93
link.
knots indicated.
I forgot
Minus
about
39
that.
feet. 1696 feet ASL. Minus 20. 1534 feet ASL. 146. 820. 137. 700. 1262.
500,
500.
400, 300, 200, 100,
30,
20.
On ground. Airborne. On ground.
Pause.
Airborne.
Options menu.
Unpaused. Battery
On
Phase
power.
ground.
1. Currently highlighted.
Airborne.
Left 0.
Assistance options.
119 knots. On ground. Airborne.
Battery master active.
109
Number
knots.
1 fuel valve open.
Tree
Number
Tree
1
on
India
ground.
November,
Number
tree
1 starter
traffic
off.
Airborne.
Number
Starter
19er,
engaged. Number
Delta
on
Whiskey,
ground.
taking off runway 10
Airborne.
departing straight out.
90 knots.
Park and brake
On
on.
ground.
Announce taxi.
Airborne. On
Flaps 10.
ground. Airborne. On ground.
Well,
Airborne. On ground. Airborne. On
Autopilot
ground.
master active. Autopilot.
Airborne. On ground. 21 knots.
Gear up. Dodge. Gear up. Dodge. Zero knots ground speed. Three knots ground.
alright,
Restream chat
folks.
row 1 restream chat
That
dot.
is it for tonight.
Microsoft Flight. Ops 30 point
I
ops.
just wanted to test
Start
something out.
virtual start recording checkbox not checked.